Mr. Postman, yeah, you right there, Mr. Postman. Hey, Mr. Postman, look at me. Is there a package just waiting for me? Where's my box? Where's my box? What's in the box?
Hello and welcome to another episode of What's in the Box. I am your host with the boat, Sam, the Crazy Man Vera, and I have a special treat because I backed a Kickstarter called The Last Ember last year. And just recently, I received my PDF bundle. And in the bundle had several comic books. And in the bundle, there was this book, which I'm going to go review with you guys, Spartacus. Then there was Cornrows, Geek Girl, Ungodly, and Impure Blood, I believe that's what it's called. Yes, Impure Blood. All right, so here is Spartacus. And at first, I was like, all right, how many times are you going to tell the story of Spartacus, right? Because they try to stay in line with the story. And if you've seen the HBO series, Spartacus, you'll recognize a lot of the names they've used in the book. And I was like, all right, so there must be something else to this. And I was pleasantly surprised because there is something more to it. So here's the cover. And it says comicstofilm.com and Extreme Champion Tournament, XCT. And the creators behind this are Sean Paulette, Brandon Hallery, Jerry Gaylord, and Gabriel Casada. And this is issue 0. So, do you have a Kickstarter campaign and you're trying to figure out how to get the word out? You look online and you see the competition is fierce. Comic-Cons are slowly coming back, but in the meantime, how do you spread the word? You worked for hours creating your campaign. You post on as many social media sites as possible, trying to get the word out to no avail. Well, look no further. Why not sponsor an episode of Catch The Craze podcast, the fastest growing indie podcast in the market today? That 30-second promo can get you an extra 2 to 3 backers or more. Who knows? Let's go. Hit the link below and get one step closer to a successful campaign. So let's go into the credits. So the story is by Sean Paulette and Brandon Halliday. Script by Brandon Halliday. Pencils by Jerry Gaylord. Inks by Alex Solazzo. Lettered by Optic Pop. Colors by Gabriel Casada. Edits by Sean Paulette, Jason Franks, and Brendan Halliday. Thanks to Andy Isaac for the editorial assistance. Title page illustration by Louis Joyce. Cover art by Jerry Gaylord and Gabriel Casada. Variant cover art by Chris Copeland. And this is published by comicstomovies.com. So obviously there's a intent with the name that whatever they create, it's to, in my opinion, to pitch to Hollywood. And these guys are it's printed in Australia. And they use a print broker, the printbroker.com.au. So there goes that. And this is a cool design, that interior credit page. All right, so let's go. So you start off, and basically it's Spartacus in the narration talking about, that he was born free, then he was taken in a slave and to fight in the arena as a gladiator to the death until he rose up and 100,000 slaves joined him. So it goes through the prelude, what happens in the past that led up to what's going on currently. So now, they're in 71 AD, Rome, near the Sally River. And here's where he's contemplating how to take out his enemy. He's surrounded by 3 armies. And, he's plotting, trying to figure out how to take out one of the leaders of the army.
And let's see. I think it's Cassius. Let me see. Yes, it's Crassus. Uh, and so he wants to really take him out. So he's basically determined that that's the smallest group. Take out the leader. The men will run because they fear the leader more than they fear the gladiators. So he meets up with his boy, and just want to make mention that I like that scene. It's very dramatic. You have that posture, that leader who is in deep thought, and one of his closest comrades, trusted allies, in a discussion, and I like the way it played out and the camera angle in that scene. So now the boys come, right? You got Castus, Thrax, Gannicus, Lucius, and Marcus, right? And they come in and they're like, yo, who's going to go on the suicide mission? Because he's telling them about his plan. They're like, you're crazy. He's like, I'm going to do it. And like, what do you mean you're going to do it? We need you. He goes, look, if it's either I go and we succeed or I don't come back at all. So then you go into this double plate splash. Unfortunately, you only see it here, single page, but it's a double plate splash, and I thought it was really cool the way it's playing out. You have all this fight scene, and with him in the foreground, so everything is like faded out in the background with the pop of color in the foreground. Works really well. The drama poised by the blood, which is cool. So this was part of that double page spread. I'm sure it looks amazing when they're together, combined. So they're basically outnumbered, and they're fighting to the death. And he starts losing his men, right? And Lucius is the first one to go. Catch the Craze is partnered with NSC Roadshow. NSCLiveTV.com and Inc. Marketing are proud to present the NSC Roadshow podcast tour. As a creator, come to be treated like a rock star as we take you on a tour with podcasters from around the world. Got a Kickstarter, Indiegogo, or a project you would like to tell thousands about? Come and get on the tour. Are you a podcaster that would like more creators on your show? Come become a tour stop on the tour. So it's like, and they're still fighting. Then you got some advertisements, All Star Comics, Melbourne, Australia. So he's done. His brother's pissed. And he's like, I don't, so now they're debating. He's like, I don't need you to waver now. I need you to spill blood in honor of your brother. So that, they're debating. He's like, Spartacus, come on, I'm by myself. He's like, can't you handle 3 at a time? So they go in and they're fighting. They outnumbered again. Here's another advertisement on Geek Speak, iTunes, Kaboom Comics, home for your Aussie comics, and The Legend of Rock out now. Another ad for another book. Then they're fighting. He meets somebody who basically is his match, and they're going toe to toe. And, he kills him, but then, suddenly realizes that, oh, snaps. There's only about a dozen of us, and look at this army. They're hungry for our blood. And then, boom, another one of his boys is down. Then another. They're just getting hacked apart. And he's still fighting. He's getting punched, licked, another ad. And they're chopping him up. They're chopping them all up. They're like, are you okay? He's like, is Crassus still breathing? He says, yeah. He goes, then I'm not dead yet. And he's still determined to go after Crassus until they strike him down. Boom. So this is where it ends. And this is where the twist begins. And I thought it was pretty cool. So now you go into the present, Mount Pesatini, Italy. Mount Pesatini, I'm sorry. And so there's some archaeologists, there's an earthquake, they run. There's a nerd, there's the big guy. And basically the kid goes into the cave and he discovers something. The art's pretty cool. And the coloring is really cool. I like the silhouettes, I like the blackouts. the drama, the lighting, really, really cool. And so they find the corpse of Spartacus. All right, here's another ad. Print broker, you need a print broker. This is what they do, blah, blah, blah. So it's in Greek. They read it and they realize they find the body of Spartacus. And they go and they bring him back to life. And they train him for combat, only to put him back in an arena to do the same thing he did in the past. A slave to the man, and has to fight for his life. And then it ends with, they found me, brought me back just to fight and die in the arena like a slave. Really cool scene. I always like those worm eye view when you have those big, powerful poses. Really good scene there. I like the camera, the television screen on the top. Did a really good job on this. And then you have a pinup here. And this is by artist Stephen Preston. Really cool pinup. And there it is. And it's comics2movies.com. Limited edition art prints. And there's another ad for Film Inc. And basically, that's where it ends. So, I thought it was cool. I like the twist in the book. I'm just going to scroll up and put it back on the cover so you guys got it. I like the twist on the story. Really cool, creative way of thinking and bringing an old story and giving it new life. Great job, guys. That cover is fire. Love that cover. Good job. So, the link is below if you want to check out their website. If you want to be featured on What's in the Box, all you have to do is hit me up, send me a PDF, and I'll get you on the show. I have about a dozen PDFs that I have to go through right now. But if you want to get featured, just hit me up. Also, if you want, if you have a campaign coming up, you saw the promo, we're the one-stop shop for you. Sponsor an episode of Catch the Craze or What's in the Box or The Crazy and 10 or Less, any one of our 3 shows. And don't forget, April 29th, Catch the Crazees on Kickstarter. We're going to be live 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Big announcements, plus raffles, a whole lot more. The goal is to get to 100 backers, so we need you to do that. If you like this episode, give me a thumbs up. If you have any comments about Spartacus Extreme Champion Tournament, put your comments below. Subscribe, recommend to a friend. I'm Sam the Crazy Man Vera. I appreciate you. Have a blessed day.
What's in the box?